The training you acquired has been discreetly relocated into storage, where it will remain until the day of the raid. Things are coming together. Next on the to-do list, acquiring weapons and gear, or the getaway vehicle. Your choice.
Hey there, you don't know me, but I know you. Your name keeps cropping up all over every police report and Gangsters Bleed I'm reading. You've been making something of a name for yourself in our pleasant community of reprobates. I've got some business opportunities I'd like to discuss with you. If you're interested, swing by my house in Marietta Heights. Oh, and, come alone, please. Was wondering when you'd show up. Welcome to paradise. If your idea of paradise is a place where a sick, creepy voyeur can spy on anyone in the country with total impunity, you have made a big name for yourself. And that name is Dangerous Idiot who's just waiting to get robbed. So do yourself a favor and put some of that not-so-hard-earned money into real estate. And you can be a real player, just like me. I'm a mess, you know, take pity on me. End it now, kill me, And, well, like I said, put some of that money into property. There's already people who want to rob you. Soon enough, there'll be people who want to kill you. And if anybody gets particularly fresh, just give me a shout. I can put a bounty on them, and every whack job in the state will want to get them off your back for you. Of course, never know. Maybe someone asked me to do it to you.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
So, we have some important yet enjoyable decisions to make. On the one hand, you need to acquire your preferred weapons and gear. On the other, you need to acquire your getaway vehicle. We'll need to steal both. These can't be traced back to us. Where would you like to start? Okay, the coordinates should be with you shortly. Some surveillance images should be coming through now. These are our targets. As I'm sure you know, our operation requires weapons and gear that can't be traced back to us. The good news is that this city is crawling with gangs carrying that kind of contraband. Half of them in cahoots with this very police department. So today we're gonna confiscate one cache of weapons and one stash of gear. If any of it ends up getting traced after our raid, it'll lead to these reprobates instead of us. I've sent you the coordinates of some appropriate targets. You don't need to hit them all. My advice is to investigate your options, determine which gang is gonna have a loadout that suits your preferences, and prioritize accordingly. As I was saying earlier, we need weapons and we need equipment. That's armor and masks. We don't want anyone at the Cluckin factory catching a glimpse of your memorable face. I'm well acquainted with this gang's status in these parts. Seems their gear and weapons are positively adequate, along with their security. I've read this group's files several times over. Seems they run a tight operation, not to be underestimated. We're not talking military levels of security, but they're no petty criminals either. So watch your six, and don't get sloppy or they'll have the upper hand.
I've seen more Yes, that's right. Trade.
They see you. Get ready for some serious resistance.
I'm gonna kill you!
These targets should have an ample supply of weapons and gear. Kit secure. Bring it all back to the locker. I've given you 3 possible targets, but you can hit them all if you're so inclined. Anything extra you get, I'll make sure it's available when you hit the factory. If you revisit any group that was previously graced with your presence, they will not be so welcoming again, especially if you're there for one of their cars. Then all we'll need is a getaway vehicle. It's all coming together out there. done. Got it. I'll keep the other options on standby. I appreciate your professionalism. Next up, acquiring a getaway vehicle. We need to take the same precautions we did for the weapons. We steal it from a gang, so the trail leads to them instead of us. Okay, possible getaway vehicles at these 3 locations. I'm sure you have plenty of vehicles capable of getting you out of Cluckin with all your extremities intact, but we need something that can't be traced to us. I've acquired 3 suitable options for a getaway car. All of them are sourced from local gangs bribing the LSPD to turn a blind eye to their activities. If the car ends up getting traced, the trail leads back to them, not us. We'll only need to use one of them for the raid. The choice, as always, is yours. Okay, we got 3 cars from 3 gangs, but you only need 1 to get away from the Cluckin factory. Though all these cars differ in quality, you can safely assume all of these locations will have men with guns on standby, ably prepared to deal with any so-called fuck shit. I should remind you, these groups are the same people you may have visited when sourcing your equipment. If you pay the same crew another visit, expect increased security. This militia group's got a great reputation for sourcing great cars. Unfortunately for us, the same goes for their security. See that chopper? It's transporting our vehicle. Shoot it down. And don't worry, this ride is tough. They can take the fall. Okay, they know you're coming. Get ready. There's a garage near the factory where you can store the getaway car. Excellent choice. We're not in any rush out there, so feel free to pay the other gangs a visit and evaluate their cars too. You will be appropriately compensated for any extra vehicles you bring back. Unless you want to go after another option, message me to confirm that's the vehicle you want to use. This car should provide all the means necessary for a perfect escape. Keep your head down on your way out. I'll give you a call soon. Excellent. I've been investigating where the factory workers park, and fortunately for us, the garage seems to get completely ignored. Your getaway car will remain undisturbed until it's time for the raid.